it's only a matter of time before his babbling exposes the fact he doesn't know what to say. Second one down, there is a series of 4 messages from Dominic Cummings to you. And I think it's apparent that Mr. Cummings is in a meeting with Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak. And he says, first of all, get in here, he's melting down. Before I go on, let's just note the date. So it's the 19th of March. And then Mr. Cummings says, I've literally said the same thing 10 fucking times. He still won't absorb it. I'm exhausted just talking to him and stopping the trolley. I've had to sit here for 2 hours just to stop him saying stupid shit. And you say, I'm exhausted with him, because you then forward a tweet about someone who perhaps was watching that press conference, saying that they were confused by what Boris Johnson has said at it. And you say, as your message, no words. And then Mr. Cummings says, what did I say? It's only a matter of time before his babbling exposes the fact he doesn't know what to say. Now, the first thing to ask you, Mr. Kane, I mean, I think it's apparent from what you've already said that Dominic Cummings was someone you'd worked with for some time. You clearly had a close relationship with him. Was this just chatter? Was this just banter, if you like? Were you just agreeing with him because he was your friend? Or did you actually mean that you were exhausted with the Prime Minister and that you were despairing, if you like, of what he was doing and saying?
I think anyone that's worked with the Prime Minister for a period of time will become exhausted with him sometimes. He can be quite a challenging character to work with, just because he will oscillate, he will take a decision from the last person in the room. I think that's pretty well documented in terms of his style of operating, and it is rather exhausting from time to time.
What we're seeing here in that critical period is someone who simply can't make up their mind and with whom 2 of his closest advisors are exhausted.
I mean, I think that's correct. I think there is a difference between weighing up the evidence and looking for challenge on policy issues and being sure that we are making the right decision. I think issues like if I remember correctly, the tweet there from Steve Swinford was regarding the press conference where I think he announced that we were going to turn the tide within 12 weeks, which we were frustrated by, because I think the whole point of the suppression strategy, Chris and Patrick would be very clear that the suppression strategy would be a long-term endeavour. We were looking at, probably a year where we were going to have to do pretty hard measures, alleviate them a little bit, go back into hard measures again to keep control of the virus until, we were in a situation where a vaccine or another method came online, testing, that would allow us a route out. But we all knew it was a long-term challenge. And I think from a communications point of view, the Prime Minister indicating that we basically could be finished with COVID in 12 weeks was unhelpful, because it set a very unrealistic sort of expectation of where the nation needed to be, because it's all about compliance at this point and being honest and transparent with the public about what to expect and how to expect it.